I first got activated as an Amazon Flex driver over 5 years ago, and I've done the platform as a driver here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've done it in San Diego, California, but obviously there can only be one first shift. That's why when I saw this video from Sara Elizabeth titled "My First Day/Shift as an Amazon Flex driver," I wanted to see how realistic is it to make $76 in 2 hours on the platform. Is there anything you can do to influence, well, how do I make $76 over like what, $35+ an hour on the Flex platform? There is. So typically when Flex offers a shift, they'll give you a guaranteed hourly amount, a little bit different than other side hustles. But the closer that shift start time gets to the current time, they're going to really need a driver. So Flex might bump up that hourly pay from 18 to 19, 28 to $30+ an hour. Now I want to watch Sarah's first shift with you because I'm assuming that's how she got this pay, but what problems, challenges, and roadblocks might you encounter if you take your first Flex shift as well?
Today I'm doing something I have never done on my channel before, and that is delivering with Amazon Flex. So my husband and I are like teaming up so that we could get this, knocked out. It is my first day doing this, his as well. And we have a block scheduled 7:45 till 10:30, I think.
Well, let me talk to you about that shift. So if she's doing 7-ish until 10, so the way that Flex works is there's set blocks whenever you have these shifts here, and you'll get used to it within your driver app. So it'll be like 4 until whatever, 3-hour shift, 4-hour shift. So you'll know there's certain times where they start their shifts. If they're starting shifts at 4, 5, 6, so you'll get used to when it's available.
I deliver with Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. So I'm used to restaurant delivery. So I'm so excited to just have all of the packages at one time and just deliver. We are at the Seffner, Florida location, and I did put that we have a truck. I wasn't expecting so many people here though. Like I don't know what I was expecting. All right.
I've gone to the, that's funny. I've gone to the, well, we have 3 here in Pittsburgh. Yeah, 3 warehouses. I've gone to the one, and I've been like one of just 3 cars. I guess it just depends when you're driving, but interesting. There's a lot of drivers. Okay.
25 minutes later. I don't know if it's just because today's his first day going in there, or like he's got the goods. Let's pack them up.
It doesn't seem like a lot at all. And the way that, see folks, Flex, the associates will give you a cart of packages, but here's the thing. Here in Pittsburgh, you don't go into the warehouse. The associates pull all the bins out right to your car. So comment down below if you're like this Florida warehouse where you go into the warehouse, I guess they assign you the rack and then you take that to your car. But yeah, here in Pittsburgh, all the associates just roll it out to your vehicle based on your shift time. So what, it's a 3-hour shift, 3.5 hours. I'm guessing they're gonna have like 40 stops, 35 stops.
All right, we got all 14 packages in here. I thought he was scanning them as we put them in.
See, I knew it didn't seem like a lot. Just 14 packages for, I think, a 3-hour shift. By the way, when you sign up for a shift, if it is a 3-hour shift, it encompasses time at the warehouse. So you gotta get to the warehouse at start time. So if your start time here is like 7 a.m., 7:30, whatever it is, that's when you get there. So it's not all, like delivery time per se. They're going to be done really fast.
But he didn't, so we had
there it is. 13 stops, 14 packages. You got a deal there. I mean, that's nothing. You're going to be done super fast for just 13 stops.
Do that.
Unless you're farther away. Keep that in mind, folks. You don't know when you get there. So I've had a route like that. Ooh, you can click that card above where it wasn't a lot of stops, but it was a lot of driving. So let's find out. Scan the package, put it out of street view ideally. I'd put it around that corner there, out of street view. Take a picture to confirm. Very good. I guess it's hidden behind that little cat thing. Drive, stop, drop off. Drive, stop, drop off. It is pretty easy. Oh, and by the way, folks, I was just thinking about this, but I believe she's driving with her husband. So if you're thinking, we just saw her make that delivery. If you're thinking, why isn't he helping? Wasn't he getting out, helping her make this delivery? He's not allowed to. So if you saw that passenger policy at the beginning of the video, or if it's edited out, let me just tell you. But if you're with a spouse, a friend, partner, whatever, they cannot participate in the actual delivery at all. They cannot get out of the warehouse, although I think they showed him getting out of the warehouse. I don't know. But technically, they cannot help because they're not the activated independent contractor. So that's why she's making the deliveries, because she's actually the activated driver here.
When I went up there to scan one time, I was like, is this the wrong one?
Here, just scan the wrong one to see what happens.
Oh, I'll tell you what happens. If you scan the wrong one, don't worry about it. The Flex app is going to say, hey, this is the wrong barcode. It flashes red on the screen. And then once you scan the right barcode or the correct barcode on the right package, because there's several barcodes just for Amazon stuff, tracking logistics, whatever, that it'll flash green and it'll put the check mark in your itinerary.
All right, he's pushing the one-click access, but it's not opening. We got one package left. Y'all seen we kept pushing the button.
Yeah, and it wasn't opening. I had stuff like that with food delivery, more so in San Diego, because we don't have any of this. We don't have the gated communities, at least all of the areas that I've driven and have known here in Pittsburgh. San Diego did have that though. And I remember delivering to large apartment complexes that they would take your license as well. They'll take the license. They'll say, hey, who you with? I delivered to folks deca $1 million communities in San Diego. I know. And there'd be a concierge, what have you, at the front. And same kind of thing, who you with? Just say, I'm an Amazon delivery driver. They may say who you're delivering to. You just say the last name or whatever. No problem there. You're there with a reason. If you have access issues like that, just again, call pad. I mean, if you can follow someone in, I guess. But I remember one time where I did follow someone in an apartment complex. Again, you're there with a reason. You're allowed to be there. You're making a delivery. But I guess the sensor wasn't detecting me on the way out, or you also needed a resident key on the way out, which I don't think that's the case. It makes more sense that it just wasn't picking up my car for some reason. But you'll have that. I've had access code issues where the code wasn't updated to the new one as well. There, you'd call or text the customer as well.
If there was still an issue where she wasn't able to let us in, or there was no one to call, you would then take that package back to the warehouse.
Yes, that's the thing with Flex, that if you have something that is truly undeliverable, you have to return it to the warehouse, which is a massive pain. One of the worst features of almost any app, but that's how they do it, right? You can't even hang on to a package, you need to return it. I would do everything in your power to, if it's an access issue, to get into that, legally, obviously. So call or text the customer, have maybe Amazon Flex reach out to them to try to reach the customer using the gate code, trying to follow a resident in, because again, you're allowed to be there. But yes, worst case, if it's a closed facility, I've had that. So an office park, it's after 5 p.m., everyone's gone home. I can't safely deliver it. That's the biggest thing, to safely leave it somewhere. You're gonna have to return it.
We did drive 40 miles total. So from the warehouse to the last order was 40 miles in 2 hours from leaving the warehouse.
That's the thing with Flex, folks, is like Sarah said here, you can't control the delivery destination. You're not going to know where you're going to get to that warehouse and you scan the QR code. Now, the benefit of Flex is you get a guaranteed pay per hour. So in this case, she's guaranteed that, 36 or so dollars per hour, which is very good. But when it comes to dollars to mile, it might not be so good because you really don't know. Like we said at the beginning of this video, only 14 stops. So a lot of the times it might mean more miles.
And it's Tuesday, so we usually don't work Tuesdays because with food delivery, it is non-existent. So this is our day off anyways. So we got an extra $75. How do you separate everything? Do you do it by the letters? Do you do it by size?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know exactly how I do it. The only thing that I've ever really done is put it by type. So I've done the envelopes in the floor of my passenger area, and then big boxes and all the other boxes throughout the cabin, and then the trunk with all labels facing up. So I can go in there, scan it. If I'm in the passenger seat, I have all the labels facing out. So when I look in, all the labels are facing me. Same thing for the other side, again, facing outside. In the trunk, again, all labels facing me. Now, what you can do, I've seen drivers, get their packages, drive down the road, stop, and then reorganize by the last stop first into the trunk. So it's deepest. So the first stop is put in last. So it's, right in front of you. You can do that, up to you. I've never really done it. I just kind of sift through there. If you think it's going to save you a bit of time, you can do it.
But this, I already have all the orders, so I'm not waiting at all.
Yeah, the only thing with Flex is you have all the orders, but then you're stuck with all the orders. So consider that as well. I mean, you can't just stop. So whether, or if you're just not feeling it, you're like, man, this is lame. Yeah, you can't really stop. You got to finish the shift. 2, 3, 3.5 hours of driving, a lot of stops. Yes, you're not waiting at a restaurant, but you get guaranteed pay, but then you don't get tips. At least on this segment of Flex, by the way, you don't get tips. On their grocery runs, you can get tips. That's a different order type though. So a good video here from Sara. We'll have her channel linked down below in the description. Let me know what other side hustle or wealth building videos you want me to react to down below in the comments. If you got value in this video, drop a like here. You can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.